Good afternoon. I hope this finds you all well. So thank you very much for everybody who interacted with my 2 posts last week. One of them was about what advice would you give to your younger self, and the other one was what do you waste most time on? And these are questions that I can ask when I'm working with people. And I was just interested to know what your answers would be. So today I wanted to talk to you about change and why as human beings we almost become overwhelmed with any kind of change. And I see this a lot. And I think that's because, so let me give you an example. When I first decided that I wanted to lose weight seriously, I had struggled with my weight from about the age of 12, but and I'd, like everyone else, I'd been on and off diets for a long time. But when I was 30, I decided that I would seriously do it. And I would join a slimming club and I would do whatever it was that I was asked to do. And as a consequence of that, because I obviously changed my attitude, it then meant that I was much more successful. But I remember when I first joined, back in those days, it was not unusual to be told how much weight you had to lose. So when I was first introduced to the lady who I was whose class I was going to attend, I was told that I had to lose 5.5 stone. And I remember the first feeling was one of complete overwhelm and just, oh my God, where do I start? But each week I just focused on that week and not the big picture. And I soon found that with lots of little changes that before I knew it, I had lost a stone and then 2 stone and so on and so forth until I eventually reached the weight that I wanted to be. So, if I was to have constantly focused on how much weight I was to lose, as in the big picture, I would have been frequently overwhelmed. But I decided just to chip away at little bits. And this is exactly the same with any change in your life. So quite often we maybe, we can't really decide where to start because we just feel overwhelmed. So questions that I ask my clients are, well, where are you now? So where are you in relation to where you want to be? And I get them to tell me in detail where they are, how they feel about themselves, and what kind of talk is going on in their head. And then we ask the big picture question, which is, well, where do you want to be? So if I could wave a magic wand, where would you want to be in relation to whatever the problem is? And then I ask them to tell me one step that they could make that week that would take them closer to that bigger goal. And then each week when I go back, we make another step and another step and another step until before they know it, they're either well on their way or they already are at where they wanted to be. So maybe ask yourself that question today. Where am I now? And where do I want to be? And then you decide on that one small step that you're going to take this week. But what we tend to do in life, and especially I could reflect on this when it came to weight loss, when I first was starting out to lose weight, I would try and cut out everything in my life that I thought I maybe shouldn't be having. Again, nobody told me to do that. I just made up that rule. And then a few weeks down the line, I would then binge on all the things that I had told myself I wasn't allowed to have. But it wasn't until I decided to take a different approach and have a different attitude that I found success. So are there things that you're telling yourself that you need to stick to? Are there rules that you've made up? And maybe take a look at those rules. Change doesn't have to be overwhelming. It can be very slight and very small, but it can make a massive change in your life. So maybe choose a different attitude towards it and see if there's a difference. So that's my thoughts for today while I'm on the lovely ferry on a beautiful sunny day. So I hope you're having a good day. Bye for now.